Hello. Hold on, I'm gonna move my mic closer. Hello, my name is Ian, and welcome to Hollow Knight. Ignore this first save file. That was doing a little test to make sure that the recording turned out on OBS, which took a little bit of finagling to get right. But I got it right. I'm pretty sure. In wilds beyond, they speak your name with reverence and regret. For none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest watch you taught, we changed. Base instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast as they had never dreamed. I think I rambled on a little bit too much before I actually started there. I absolutely love the artistic direction of this game. Just how reserved it is, how much the game speaks for itself, you know? And I have started this recording in honor of Hollow Knight receiving a new update. It is now in ultra wide. We can play the game in ultra widescreen. And months ago, I had said something on my channel. I should probably go forward. Months ago, I had said something on my channel about trying to switch over to recording games in a normal screen resolution. And, you know, for the sake of adhering to standards, I probably should do that. But I'm not going to, because I'm Ian, and I do things my own way. Can I? Oh shoot, there's something up there. I know there's something like that in Silksong, which I will get to playing through on my channel. Actually, probably pretty soon. I'm thinking I might do a Silksong... Jump up! I'm thinking I might do a Silksong LP and a Hollow Knight LP at the same time. I've just reached the end of Hollow Knight, or the end of Silksong. And I first played this game a long time ago, but yeah, I decided that because this is an ultra widescreen, I should do an LP in ultra widescreen, because that's how I like to do it, and because I can. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul, and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. So a little tutorial message there. Just saying that our little soul meter in the top left, that little face that you can see is our, I guess you could call it like a health regen meter. And when it's glowing white, you can heal yourself when you lose masks. And those other smaller little faces are the HP that we've got. So if we run out of those, we die. Ooh, nice one. Aw, I was hoping that would happen. This here, I never quite understood this. There's these, little grubby guys. Actually, they're not grubs, because grubs are a type of creature in this game, and they don't look like those. But these little just blue things that... Oh yeah. Forgot about that. I always forget about that little part there. Those blue guys will give you some extra HP. you can head back up there. But what I like to do, if you have an attentive mind, is go down here a little bit, pick up some extra geo. Hop across the spikes, and we get another message. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Within our lands, do not hide your true form. Let all bask in your majesty, for only this kingdom could produce ones such as you. Fury of the Fallen. So I've got to say, I have a little bit of a confession about a mistake that I made. So I decided earlier today that I wanted to play through this game again because I just love it. You know, I wanted to do a kind of slow, long, drawn-out playthrough wherein I try to achieve the max completion for this game, which is not actually 100% completion, but rather 112% completion, which I've never done before. When I played the game back in, gosh, what year was that? 2018? 2019? I don't remember what completion percentage I got up to, but it was probably above 85% if I had to guess. I trust myself to have done that much. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Beyond this point, you enter the land of King and Creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the eternal kingdom, Hallownest. So yeah, back to what I was saying. I trust myself to have been good enough to, and you know, explorative enough to have gotten like maybe more than 85%. Actually, I don't know what the lowest completion percentage you have to finish the game is. That's an interesting question, though. I wonder what the answer to that is. But I trust myself to have gotten about 85 to 90% back then. I don't have that save file anymore because I stupidly deleted it for no reason whatsoever. So I'm going to try and go for 112% with the specific caveat that I'm not going to use a guide. Now, it'll probably reach a point where I do have to use a guide. Anyways, welcome to Dirtmouth, the fading town. And for a second there, I thought the knight had some weird thing on his face, but it's just a little thing covering it. What are these things, actually? You see this in the foreground that I'm standing between? What are these? What is that supposed to be? I have no idea. Sometimes I love the art direction for these games, but sometimes you see things in them that just makes me go like, what even is that? Like these in the background. Look at this stuff in the background. These like circle things with like the flower patterns. What am I supposed to be looking at here? Are these just big rocks? I never understood what that was supposed to be. Anyways, I love these lampposts. They look so beautiful. Welcome to Dirtmouth, my favorite little town. Ho there, traveler. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. The other residents, they've all disappeared, headed down that well, one by one, into the caverns below. Used to be there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment, that darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you, too, seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills the place. Creatures turn mad, and travelers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things after all. Anyways, I'm just going to plop myself down on your bench here and look, I'll keep doing it. Many used to come, hoping the kingdom would fulfill their desires. Hallownest, it was once called. Supposedly the greatest kingdom there ever was, full of treasures and secrets. So interesting thing you can note here is that right before we entered Dirtmouth here, and before we fell down, there was a little signpost that referred to Hallownest as the last and only civilization. But here he's saying, supposedly the greatest kingdom there ever was. That necessitates the existence of other kingdoms. So which is true? Is this the only civilization, or one of many? Now it's nothing more than a poisonous tomb full of monsters and madness. Everything fades eventually, I suppose. Also, I'm gonna mute myself here, real quick. I'm gonna do that a lot. I've probably alluded to this or spoken directly of it in a prior video, but I've had a kind of persistent cough my whole life that comes up a lot in like the cold times of the year, and it just comes up when I'm speaking. So like I'll be speaking and then this cough that I don't even feel coming just comes out of my voice, comes out of my throat as I'm speaking, and I'm always nervous to talk because I feel like at any moment I could just cough and not realize that I'm about to cough. Anyways, I digress. I'm going to be digressing a lot. For all your mapping supplies, we will be opening soon. Izelda and Cornifer. I always wondered if Izelda's name was supposed to sound like Zelda from The Legend of Zelda. Possible reference. I know that one of the members of Team Cherry, Ari Gibson, said in an interview that Zelda 2 was one of the bigger influences for this game. A stone door with a simple lock. So enough rambling on, let's get into it. Let's dive into the well, into the dying kingdom Hallownest. And here we begin in the Forgotten Crossroads. Hello there. How delightful to meet another traveler on these forgotten roads. You're a short one, but you've a strong look about you. I'm Coral. I have something of an obsession with uncharted places. This ancient kingdom holds many fascinating mysteries, and one of the most intriguing of them is standing right before us. A great stone egg, lying in the corpse of an ancient kingdom. And this egg, is it warm? It certainly gives off a unique air. Can it be opened? There are strange marks all over it. I do so love a mystery, and who knows what other marvels lie even deeper below us. He's one of my favorite characters. I think that I just realized, speaking for him, I don't know if I'm going to keep up the voices, as in, I don't know if I'm always going to be able to use the same voice for the same character. I'm going to try, though. But, interesting little thing that we can notice right off the bat about him is that he's wearing a mask on top of his head. And that mask, as you can see the two big eyes and then the two smaller dots adjacent to them, looks strikingly similar to this one directly above my head. The one that I'm swiping through. Interesting little detail to note. Wait, does that area in there not count as the Forgotten Crossroads? Why did it show that there? It's kind of odd. I love how they added the detail of he's got a rack of weapons here. Show that he came like prepared to guard this place. He's guarding a grub here, but I always wondered why. Why is this guy guarding this grub? I mean, he's really prepared for this. And this table here, this table always struck me as kind of unique. It's got little tables, or sorry, the table has tables. It's got little seats that you can sit at. Look at that. And it's just got some little rocks on it. Oh yeah, I remember this. Oh, bury my mother, pale and slight. Bury my father with his eyes shut tight. Bury my sisters 2 by 2, and then when you're done, let's bury me too. Do you know that one? It's one of my favorites. We can sing something else if you like. You start singing and I'll join in. I bet you have a beautiful singing voice. So, what are you down here for? If you came to get wealthy, just look around you. These mines are still bursting with riches. There's plenty for everyone. Just grab a pick and join in. So if you notice there, in my reading of that, I almost coughed there. Like a cough just almost came up in my voice and I could barely even... I only realized that it was there when it almost came up. Oh, bury the knight with a broken nail. Bury the priest, something about a crown. I can't remember the rest of that one. Maybe I'll just hum it. So that there, I always thought these were really curious. I never understood what it's visually supposed to be, but it gives you more soul that you can use for like healing and stuff in case you run out. I'm not sure why they put it in here though, because there aren't any enemies. And then this though, okay, so when I first played this game a long time ago, I was... Hold on, I need to... I had to cough again. So for me, with the way that I have my recording set up, I have it set up in a very poorly way. My microphone doesn't have a mute button on it, so I have to exit my game window and open up OBS and mute my microphone in there. And also, I'm recording my microphone and the game audio in OBS at the same time, which I know more experienced people will tell you that that's not how you should do it. You should put your microphone audio in a different application and sync it up. I'm not going to do that. I tried that with Audacity and I'm too stupid to make it work. So I'm doing it this way. Anyway, when I first played this game, I was absolutely determined that either this was glitched or there was something I had to do with it that I just couldn't figure out. Obviously, it's rattling, and it'll break apart. But the only way to get it to break apart is to use an ability that you get later in the game. And I didn't realize that you had to have an ability that you need later in the game. That's actually, now that I think of it, that's something that I kind of dislike about this. Whereas with other things that we'll see throughout the Forgotten Crossroads, it's pretty clear that there are things that you can't get to, but you need to get an ability later on to do it. Whereas with this, there's no indication really that you need a special ability for this. It just looks like, to a new player, it just looks like it's supposed to be doing something, but it's glitched and it isn't doing it. That's what I thought was going on. I thought that this was just like a broken, like the programming behind this was messed up or something and it wasn't activating when it should. I didn't realize that you just need to get an ability later on. And there wasn't, to me, to my perception, there isn't something there that really indicates to the player, just wait, you can't do this yet, come back when you can, you know? I was stuck there for a little bit, doing that over and over and over again, going, why is this not working? Why is this not working? But anyways, just a little bit of game design criticism there. What's down here? Oh, shoot, oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Is there something over there? No, there's not something. Oh, that was, yeah. Nice way to avoid damage there. These, I always feel like there could be something up in those, but there never really is. It's also kind of curious that there's so many what looks like snail shells in the ground, like fossilized snail shells. I'm not sure what that would allude to. Maybe that like all of this was once underwater or something. And also with all the statues of bugs. Why are there so many statues of people down here? What was the compulsion to, like, as in like the in-world, what was the compulsion for these bugs to build so many statues of other bugs? See, this is what I'm talking about here. You can tell here that you are supposed to be able to access that, but you can't get to it yet. So the natural, like, logical deduction is I'll keep exploring other parts of the game, I'll get an ability that I can use to get up there, and then I'll be able to get up there and access it. Whereas with that other thing, that other, like, breakable floor that I was talking about, I just don't think there's much of an indication that you're supposed to be able to use a specific ability for this. I think that, to me, it reads like the game's just bugged, and it's not doing what it should do. And that's just how I perceive it. Okay. So with this being one of the more iconic, at least for me, with this being one of the more iconic rooms in the game here, I actually remember this quite well. You traverse this area quite often throughout the game. I do know that up here we have the Grub Father. I always called this guy the Grub Father. He kind of seems more like a grandfather. He's really old. But, yeah, when you find his kids, he gives you money. Which, you know, signals that this guy is, like, really rich. But with all these little circles, you can see just how many of these grubs we have to collect. Which I think when I originally played this game, I don't even know if I got like 2/3 of them. So I'm not sure how excited I am to. Oh my god, I hate doing that. I do. One of the things that annoys me about this is that sometimes you just fall or I just fall, and for some reason I don't think to change my direction to try and land on a platform. I just expect that at some point I'll land on a platform, and I never do. And then I fall all the way down to the bottom, and I'm like, oh god, I have to climb all the way back up there. You're going to see me do that a lot in this game, especially with one area that I can think of later on that I remember quite vividly, which is just this like massive vertical level, which actually was one of my more favorite levels in the game. Ah, hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins? Don't mind me. I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way again is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? Sure. Acquired a map. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you've not the head for directions, I suggest purchasing a compass for my wife, Izelda. She's just now opening our new map shop in Dirtmouth, selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She'll even sell some of my old maps from time to time. I pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area. She's always so excited to see me. All right, well, with our map gained here, I think that I'm going to end this first episode, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.